Hope everybody's having a terrific Tuesday. Good morning and welcome to Hot 97 News. This is a brand new live news show where we talk about all the biggest stories happening across the country. It is Tuesday, February 17th. I'm your host, Lana Harris, here with Rondell with two N's.
What's happening?
And Million.
Hey.
Million. And it is still Black History Month, baby.
It is.
So here is your 1 minute of Black excellence with Rondell with two N's.
All right. Now, before I get into this Black excellence, man, this is a deep felt Black 1 minute of Black excellence today. So just ride with me on this one. All right. So before he became a two-time presidential candidate, Jesse Jackson was a key negotiator in one of the most influential economic pressure campaigns of the civil rights movement. In 1969, Jackson led Operation Breadbasket in Chicago under Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s Southern Christian Leadership Conference. Instead of just protesting segregation, the strategy targeted corporations that made money in Black neighborhoods but refused to hire Black employees or do business with Black vendors. He literally said, if you're making money off Black folks, you're about to break bread with Black folks, okay? Jesse Jackson didn't just fight for civil rights. He fought for paychecks, contracts, and ownership. He turned protests into policy, and whether you agree with him or not, you can't deny that he moved the needle. Rest in peace, Jesse Jackson.
Yes.
And that has been your 1 minute of Black excellence.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, man. Yeah, he just died.
He did.
He literally walks so Barack Obama could run.
1,000%.
For sure.
1,000%.
And now the cause of death hasn't been explicitly stated, but we know he had been dealing with some health issues. So, you know, it's sad, but he's definitely left his mark.
1,000%.
You know what I mean? So what else can you
1,000%.
ask? You did what you came here to do, man. And
100%.
you know, we shot you out today. Okay, diving into the news, we have an update on Cuba. Cuba is struggling right now. So yesterday, President Trump said the U.S. and Cuba are in talks. So for the United States, this means that the pressure is working. For Cuba, it means that they are facing a humanitarian crisis right now. In fact, the United Nations Secretary General warned last week of a humanitarian collapse in Cuba if they can't get oil. And I looked up what a humanitarian collapse is, just so we're all on the same page. And that is an extreme, large-scale emergency where a nation's capacity to meet basic survival needs like food and water and health, safety, all that breaks down entirely. So that's what they're saying they're on the verge of. And that is what's happening without oil for energy. They've had more blackouts. They've had hospitals struggling to keep the lights on and the machines pumping. Water's having a hard time pumping into homes because they don't have the energy to do that. Food is having a hard time getting shipped around the place because they don't have any oil. Again, we were talking about last time, long lines at the gas stations. And the government is basically just trying to ration or cut public services like transportation and health and tourism just to try to save energy.
What happens if they lose it all?
I think if you're the United States, you hope that means they make a deal that makes the U.S. stop doing this to them.
I feel you. But at what point do you watch a country crumble so much to where you go, I'm willing to watch y'all burn to the ground? Not literally, but I'm willing to watch y'all like crumble so much to where it's like, oh, y'all need me. Does that, at some point, that has to make you feel some way, bruh.
It's just strategy, though, at the end of the day. Like I said, this isn't the first country ever that's put sanctions on other countries. I mean, I'm not saying it's okay. I'm not saying it's okay whatsoever. But what I'm saying is it's just a political strategy. The thing that I have an issue with, that I deal with this, is like, why exactly do we even care about Cuba so much? I mean, Cuba doesn't have oil resources like Venezuela did. I'm constantly like looking and checking and seeing what it is. And most of the time that I've like done my research, I've only seen that it's like, oh, we could expand businesses out there. Like we could expand our businesses out there or industries out there.
So that's kind of close to what I feel like I got from what Trump just said about it. Because Trump does know that there's a humanitarian crisis going on. He knows. He said it himself. In fact, this was his response when a reporter asked him specifically, what does this deal with Cuba look like? What do you want them to do? This was his answer.
Cuba is right now a failed nation. They don't even have jet fuel to get for airplanes to take off. They're clogging up their runway. We're talking to Cuba right now. I have Marco Rubio talking to Cuba right now. They should absolutely make a deal because it's really a humanitarian threat.
That was part of the answer. So it wasn't really an answer, but then he did keep talking about it. And he said that he's basically doing all of this to Cubans in Cuba for the Cubans who are here. So here's that part.
We have a lot of great Cuban Americans, and they're going to be very happy when they're going to be able to go back and say hello to their relatives and do things that they should have been allowed to do for a long time. I'm very interested in the people that are here that were treated so badly by Castro and the Cuban authorities. They have been treated horribly. So we'll see how it all turns out.
So Fidel Castro was president of Cuba from 1976 to 2008. And he has complained that they had taken whatever from whomever, used to be in the country. And it does seem to me like they're trying to pressure them to get that stuff back, get more favorable conditions for business. And I look at this and I'm horrified, to be honest. I mean, because you're doing this to an entire country.
What does he mean by he's making it better for the Cubans here in America, though? Like, what does that technically mean? Because I know right now we aren't technically allowed to go back to Cuba. Like, there is no visitation to Cuba right now for Americans, right?
Right.
We
Not for tourism.
For tourism,
for sure.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
But so, what does he mean by making it better for Cubans here in America? Do you know?
Well, from what I've seen, it seems like Trump and the Trump administration feels like they are liberating these countries who have maybe like a socialist type of regime. And so socialism is working for the people socialism works for in the country. And a lot of people fled Venezuela for similar reasons. Like they felt like the government wasn't doing what they needed to do for them. Same concerns with Cuba, at least the same allegations. And so a lot of people have fled Cuba over the years and come here too. And they see this as liberating Cuba from that, basically.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna sit here and act like they gonna tell us exactly what the truth is, how the real reason why we're handling them. I mean, why we're doing them like that.
I'm sure they would think that if you reopened it up for business, maybe there are riches that can be had that they are not able to have right now because of the government basically having control of everything. A socialist society is different than a capitalist society, but that's how they set themselves up.
Yeah.
The U.S. is saying that's not how you should set yourself up, so we're going to come in here and basically help you not set yourself up like that. Sort of.
Wouldn't it be in their best interest, Cuba's best interest? And mind you, this is coming from somebody who doesn't really know too much about this, so I could just be saying some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Wouldn't this be in their Cuba's best interest to open up and allow tourism there, to bring money into Cuba and to bring, some type of beneficial? Would it be beneficial for us to go visit?
I'm not convinced that it's Cuba's decision to not let tourism happen between the U.S. and Cuba, because Cuba and Canada has a lot of tourism. Hundreds of thousands of people go from Canada to Cuba every year for vacation because they're allowed to. We can't.
Got you.
And I think that's all part of just hurting their economy.
I got
You know what I
you. I
mean? If
get
you
you.
can't get
Okay.
all the American money in there,
I see.
you can go to Cuba right now as like a family visit or like an education visit. You have to have a stated reason. You can't just go for tourism.
Yeah.
Technically, you can go. But for the people there right now, at least for the Cuban leadership, they feel like this is horrifying. They feel like this is kind of a crime. In fact, right after that tariff threat went into place, because remember, Trump said that I am going to tariff any country that helps Cuba with oil. Venezuela used to give Cuba a lot of oil. The Venezuelan president is now in jail here in America. So that lifeline was cut. And so now Trump is saying, any other country who tries to help them with oil, you're going to get tariffed. So right after that tariff threat went into place, at the end of January, Cuba's president said on X, and we have it for you here, this new measure clearly demonstrates, to the other one, this is a different Cuban leader. This is their president saying, this new measure clearly demonstrates the fascist, criminal, and genocidal nature of a clique that has hijacked the interests of the American people for purely personal ends. AKA, they're not doing this for the American people. They're doing this for whoever has interests in Cuba that they feel maybe is tied up by the government. And then a different Cuban official said that other quote, which was, to be clear, Cuba requires importing fuel. The U.S. is applying threats and coercive measures to any country that provides it. This means lack of fuel, and it means a harm of transportation and medical services and schooling and energy and production of food and the standard of living. Massive punishment is a crime, and it is a crime. You can't punish the entire country to get what you want. But for the U.S., it's like, who's going to stop us? Question mark. I mean, that's kind of the vibe.
That's crazy.
That is the vibe.
That
That's
is
what it is.
wild.
But to your question, when you was like, oh, wouldn't it be in their best interest? Like you said, it's not their choice to make at all.
Okay.
And also, does it come? What does it come like? Does it come with what cost does it come with? Like, we open up resorts and we allow people in. Does that mean that you're allowed to take over our whole entire government? I think it's a regime change that we're kind of pushing also.
I've seen that too. I've seen that they're a little too chummy with China and Russia, and they want them to be, separate from them as well. So again, the question is like, do we care about our American interests, or do we care about just someone else's sovereignty? And it depends on who you ask. You know what I mean? Like, my answer might be different from yours, and the Trump administration is clearly going with whatever we want, we're going to get, F who we impact in the meantime. But then what are the odds? There was also an oil refinery fire. I think I just saw that picture we pulled up a couple seconds ago. This just randomly happened on Friday. Mind you, they are going through a crisis right now. They need all the oil they can get. And for this to happen, I mean, that's pretty freaking devastating for them. You know what I mean? So they're trying to get to the bottom of who did that, how it happened, all that kind of stuff. Cuba's energy ministry said on X that nobody was hurt. And, they're able to just kind of pick it up and keep it moving as best they can. But some people see that and say, man, again, what are the odds as you're being squeezed for oil? There's an oil refinery fire.
Yeah, a little fishy.
It's a little fishy.
Yeah.
But
when you say it like that, it definitely sounds.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like you need everything you can get. You're rationing everything.
Let's go ahead and get rid of it, the rest of it.
And there's a fire at the one spot that helps you keep the stuff moving. I mean, we shall see what happens. But if you are a supporter of, just America kind of getting whatever it wants because of brute strength, this is great, I guess,
Yeah, $1 million.
I mean, like I said, but again, my thing, I was cool with it with Venezuela because it was like, again, I seen the resources that we could have utilized. I'm not seeing it here in Cuba. Again, they're really poor, like they're really bad and down and out. They don't have anything to really invest over there. So why are we over there, DT? And mind you, he said we was gonna be to ourselves. We was gonna focus on our country.
Let me see if I can get this real quick because I didn't even want to stay here this long, but it is interesting. I'm gonna ask, what did the Cuban government seize that Americans may want back, or Cuban Americans may want back, that Trump is pressuring them for? Man, I hope I don't get a whole dissertation.
Yeah, what question was that?
What do you mean?
Like, what is that? What does that question mean? Like,
So basically, I'm saying if he's saying that I'm doing this for Cuban Americans and the former regime, Fidel Castro, was terrible to them, I'm assuming that means in like a business sense, a property sense. Remember when Venezuela was going down, they were saying that all these U.S. businesses had invested billions of dollars into Venezuela and like getting the oil out of there. And then Venezuela seized it. They nationalized it. They took it and they never paid those companies back. So part of that effort was like, we're taking back what we feel like you stole. I'm wondering if the same thing is happening here.
Yeah, I got you. And
ChatGPT is struggling a little bit. Yes, this says, dang. It says it's not one single item. It's restitution/compensation for the property the Cuban government confiscated after the 1959 nationalizations, both U.S.-owned property and property owned by Cubans who later became U.S. citizens. So, yeah, dang. So you doing all this to get the property back? And that's where I'm saying, and we'll leave from here. When you talk about Cuban Americans who might start celebrating in the streets at this regime change, you're talking about people who potentially had property, who are potentially celebrating Cubans there having to deal with all this, limited hospitals, limited food, so you can get your stuff back. It's
a little shaky.
I didn't have property out there. Who had property out there? Was it the rich?
True.
There we go.
I don't know.
You got a point.
I guess we'll see what happens with that. Meanwhile, AOC Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez says all that unconditional U.S. aid to Israel enabled a genocide in Gaza, in her words, and that has gotten her in hot water. So she was talking at this event in Munich, and here's a full quote.
Personally, I think that the United States has an obligation to uphold its own laws, particularly leahy laws. And I think that personally, that the idea of completely unconditional aid, no matter what one does, does not make sense. I think it enabled a genocide in Gaza. And I think that we have thousands of women and children dead that was completely avoidable.
So the Leahy laws she just mentioned bans the Department of Defense and the State Department from funding foreign security forces when there's credible information that that unit has committed gross violations of human rights. So she's saying we should have been looking a little bit deeper into what they were doing out there and if we should be funding it. So that was, again, at the Munich Security Conference. She was actually responding to a reporter's question asking her whether a 2028 presidential candidate here should reevaluate military aid to Israel. So that was her response to that. And of course, the people here were upset about that. You know, Israel is America's biggest ally. And a lot of people came out of the woodwork to say, like, we are opposing what she said. Even fellow Democrats like Senator John Fetterman blasted what he calls a rot within the Democratic Party. He said that she's part of the party's growing anti-Israel wing and that there was never any genocide in Gaza and that there shouldn't ever be any conditions for aid for Israel because they were in an existential war. There were also pro-Israel, just international affairs experts who said that she smeared Jewish people with a phony genocide allegation in Germany, where, you know, Holocaust kind of centers around. And others say that, you know, genocide requires proof of special intent to literally wipe out and destroy a protected group, which some people say that it definitely happened in that war. Other people say, no, it did not, and they're making it up.
Yeah, so I'm trying to see like what counts as a genocide.
Yeah.
And it says, like you said, intent to destroy, but I was like looking at the numbers specifically. They said there's no specific numbers, but some historical context of what genocides were in the numbers, at least. A Rwandan genocide was around 800,000, and that was in 100 days. And the Holocaust, they say, was 6 million Jewish people that passed away also. If you look at this, there's reports from like Reuters and AP News saying that 72,000 people have already passed away. That sounds kind of up there. I'm not saying it is, but it sounds kind of up there.
A lot of us have legitimate concerns. You know what I mean? Who look at this stuff, and I'm not an expert. I can't say if it's a genocide or not, you know, because there is a designation there. But look at Gaza. I mean, this is one picture, but another picture kind of really tells the story.
Jesus.
When this is what the entire area was reduced to with swaths of land because you were going after Hamas, a terrorist group, or at least a U.S. designated terrorist group, you know, a lot of people have questions about that. Like there were presumably like tens of thousands of people who might have been innocent. And in that case, it's like, man, you know, a lot of people were behind you guys' right to defend yourselves and going after somebody who launched a brutal attack on Israel, you know, that started this whole war to begin with. But I think even Israelis were protesting. That's why it's like, you know, I think that there is some room for conversation because there were Israelis who were also at one point protesting and upset about what was happening with the war and saying, you guys aren't putting enough emphasis on getting the hostages back. We care about the hostages more at the end of the day. Some of them were saying, of course, other Israelis were like full steam ahead. No, do whatever you need to do. So, you know, the opinions were all over the place. But Trump was asked about her performance in Munich and he said, you know, he watched it, thought she did a terrible job. You know, of course, Trump's going to say that. Said it was not a good look for the United States. But yeah, man, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen with all of this. It really seems like it depends on who's in power because there are some people who would like to see Benjamin Netanyahu arrested. Other people who think that man's a hero, you know? So
that's how people feel about Trump. So
that's very true.
You know what I mean?
Very true.
Yeah.
But I can tell you that the war in Gaza is technically over, but it's also not. People are still dying out there. In fact, there was another airstrike just over the weekend. 12 people were killed in another strike on Gaza. There were reportedly 5 people killed when an Israeli airstrike hit a tent shelter for displaced people. 5 other people who were killed in another strike in a different city early in the morning. Another person was killed reportedly by Israeli shelling in Gaza City, and then another person killed in Israeli gunfire. And I had looked into why that would have needed to happen. And Israel's military said those strikes were in response to Hamas violating the ceasefire, claiming that these were Hamas fighters who were armed and near Israeli troops and crossing a restricted boundary known as that yellow line that they established during the ceasefire. And they were approaching Israeli soldiers in a way that they felt was threatening. You know, one might also question why you needed an airstrike instead of, I'm not a
You're asking
general
the
myself.
truth too loud, Lana. You can't be too loud.
and it's a shame because it's not like, I don't know. I have questions. I hope for the best and the safety of all the people out there. You know what I mean? Like, I would like to see the killing stopped on both sides. I know, like I said before, I know those Israeli soldiers want to go home. I know these Gazans, these Palestinians would like to just live in peace. So I just hope they all figure that out. Anywho, back here at home, we now know who the shooter is, who police say is responsible for that shooting at an ice skating rink in Rhode Island. And here he is on the left. Here she is.
Yeah, you gotta be.
Is it a she?
They,
Are we?
No.
Here they
Is it
are.
definitely a
she
she?
goes by she.
Here they
Okay.
is.
Her name is Roberta. All right.
Police identify the suspect by her birth name, which is Robert
Yes.
Dorgan.
Mm-hmm.
She goes by Roberta.
Esposito.
And do we have more pictures? Because the tweets are kind of in the way of this. Do we have? No, we don't have this one. We have, okay, so this is what we're working with today. So just squint your eyes, look at the left. That's how he's dressed. That's how she's dressed.
They.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
That is a woman. She is a woman because I mean she has transitioned. So we gotta give her some type of respect. She transitioned. You know what I'm saying?
So the woman that we're showing you, that's not her. That's why I think this is a bit confusing right now.
The one on the left with the tattoos, that is Roberta Esposito. The one all the way on the right in the corner with the lacrosse stick, that is also Roberta.
And with the blue hair.
Blue hair. That is also Roberta Esposito. Yes.
Okay. So this is the person, seriously, that police say is the person who shot up that ice skating rink.
Mm-hmm.
And a local outlet in the area reported that she had a history of past family conflict over her gender identity, and said that, there's been a lot of disputes with relatives in recent years, a lot of, ones that have gotten very, probably traumatic for everybody involved. And apparently those tensions with his family kind of escalated after she underwent gender reassignment surgery. And the police chief there said that Dorgan opened fire inside of that ice skating rink during a hockey game between two schools. And, it was just a family dispute. Authorities say the two victims were killed and the suspect died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. And the shooter targeted her family.
Yes. And it was a senior night for her son. I think it was a senior night for her son there. So yeah, it was tragic. I mean, this is the thing that I don't think a lot of people. Well, first, before I say that, I want to get into these tweets real quick, because these tweets are also one tweet is from Saturday, February 14th, and another tweet is from Sunday. So the tweet from Saturday on February 14th is Kevin Sorbo literally saying Tim McBride is a man. That's Sarah McBride, but he's saying that Sarah McBride is Tim McBride. And Roberta comments, keep bashing us, but do not wonder why we go berserk.
Okay, so
That's
what
Saturday.
you're saying is, in the lead up to this shooting,
Yes.
Roberta messaged on X that at the bottom under the picture of that
Lady.
Yes. Where you see in that one on the right, it says, Tim McBride is a man. Community note this if I'm wrong. And Roberta messaged underneath, keep bashing us, but do not wonder why we go berserk. And that was 2 days before.
That's Saturday. And then we go into Sunday. You see Alex Jones posted up under that tweet and said, oh, so creepy. Now this is Sunday. Roberta Regins applies to Alex and goes, STFU, Alex. Don't be butthurt over somebody different, but then wonder why trans people go effing berserk. That's Sunday.
Right. And then Monday is the shooting.
Is when the shooting happened.
Where the shooter shoots her own family.
Yes.
To include her kids.
Yes. So there's also a video out there from local news station out in Chicago that actually interviewed her daughter, and the daughter is literally saying, we didn't want to really show it, but the daughter's really saying, hey, that shooter was my dad was the shooter. Essentially, that's what she was saying. Which is really weird for her to just come out and just say it like that. But also, I don't know. I don't know too much what I should be thinking about this. I think that this is another just another shooting. I think this is something that's terrible happened. A lot of people online are thinking differently.
Well, didn't the daughter say that she felt like her father had mental health issues?
Her dad had mental health issues.
So I don't know, because it was just a very short clip. I don't know if she was saying that because she feels like that was because of the transition or just in general had, non-trans related mental health issues. I don't know what she's saying by that, but obviously you have mental health issues if you're going to shoot your family in a hockey ring. You know what I mean? Like it's unbelievable, and it's pretty tragic.
Very
honestly.
Tragic. Because transgender shootings and mass shootings and stuff like this, they happen, and then there's this whole narrative about transgenders and how they shouldn't this, that, and the third, and it's like, I don't know how to take when transgender people get into these situations where they do these mass killings or they do these big murders and stuff like this. I want to go down the mental health route, I want to go down their crazy route, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know which route to take at this point, you know what I mean? I want to say, oh, this is just maybe he had a dispute with his ex-wife or wife or whatever, and they just had some complications in their relationship. I really don't know. So that's the second part about it.
Yeah, there have been conversations about different medications giving people homicidal or suicidal ideations as they're trying to go through this process when it comes to the trans community. So, it's a lot to think about, but we do have to go to break right there, and we'll see you on the other side.
A major move today. Hot 97 is expanding.
Hot 97 has launched a full streaming television channel.
Hot 97 is no longer just a radio station, it's now a streaming network.
Welcome to Hot 97 News. Let's dive into the news because the news has been newsing.
Hot 97 Mornings with Mero. We got Shiny Culture in the building. Leah Bell in the building.
Good morning.
And DJ Cass One.
You know what it is. You know how I get down with the Funk Flex energy, baby.
Let's get it, Flex.
Nobody don't want no smoke.
Wow, it got spicy real fast. Here for it all.
We're here for it all.
Let's go. Mariah Carey takeover.
The people made it happen.
Yeah.
I'm coming around to all the classrooms and we turning up.
Good morning, students. My name is Wale. Aren't you supposed to be in class?
Wale, where are you supposed to be?
Oh, man, you supposed to be in class, man.
Rihanna has become a true worldwide icon.
Congratulations on the job. We listen to Hot 97 every day. We can't wait to hear you guys even more.
Hey, let's go!
Get ready. The legend is on your screen. Funk Flex, the man who defines hip-hop, is bringing the heat from the radio booth to your TV.
Where's my camera at? That's my camera? All right.
The biggest beats, the hottest freestyles, and that classic Flex energy.
Bars are back.
Now in your living room. Don't just hear it, watch the movement. Funk Flex, now on Hot 97 TV, Mondays and Fridays at 7:30 p.m.
Welcome to Hot 97 News Atlanta. First, here with Rondell with 2 N's.
What they do? Give it up to you.
And Million.
Hey, the fact that this is a reality.
Brand new live news show. I'm your host, Lana Harris. There is so much going on in this country and in this world.
Civil unrest. Nobody's going to trust that. Any of
this sounds, like I said, it sounds good.
Yeah.
It does sound beneficial.
Okay, welcome back to Hot 97 News, everybody. Have y'all seen what China is up to?
Nah, what are they doing
These days? Okay, it's the Lunar New Year for China, and we might have a problem if we ever have a problem. Look at this. Because y'all haven't seen this.
Oh, snap.
Yes,
Wait,
sir.
Usually we get on the show and they be like, have you seen this? And we be like, nah, I really haven't seen this.
Do you? I mean, look at this.
Oh, that's crazy. Oh, that's hard. Hey, it looks AI.
Listen, it's real. They got the children. They got kung fu sticks.
Oh, that's hard.
The kid, look, you think about our kids, man.
Hey, that's always
Oh my
Cirque du
God.
Soleil tricks.
Oh my God, they're landing it.
Listen.
Hey, that's hard.
Stuck the
Hey,
landing.
it looks like
Backflips.
We're cooked.
It looks like they did this, somebody in a suit, and then they AI'd them in. This looks like that's why. These are real robots.
Backflips
Oh,
and
they didn't
like
land that.
stabilizing. Kung fu moves.
I beat that robot up. That robot wouldn't have a chance. I beat it up. Oh,
Parkour. Breakdancing.
chill out, bro.
Oh my God.
Chill out.
Nunchucks.
Hey, they moving fast too.
Look, man. Look.
A bullet would
Yo.
not stop that.
We
bro.
got Kim Kardashian lounging on one. You know, we got what's her face booty shaking on one.
Hey, look, there goes the master.
And they got a whole swordsman.
Oh, look how tall he
my
is.
God.
Oh yeah, that's the boss in Mortal Kombat.
Master Roshi.
Look at the kids.
I want you.
They said, "Oh yeah, we do this."
So do they have a Chinese accent?
Look at the kids
Do the
are
robots
like
have
the robots.
Yeah, do they have a
That's crazy.
they just talking regular?
The kids have full trust. You know what I mean? So this was for the annual CCTV Spring Festival Gala, which is basically like as big as the Super Bowl as far as like eyes go.
Oh, really?
And it's part of their Lunar New Year celebration. So that's like a 15-day festival that falls between January 21st and February 20th. And these were basically a bunch of different robot companies who brought out their robots to just, you know, show them in front of the people. The first robots to appear was actually like a comedy sketch robot, including like a grandmother and a grandson. And then you had these that were performing with the kids in a whole martial arts scene, backflips, trampolines, this, that, and the third. You also had them do a musical performance, which we do not have for you today, because I just thought this was like, oh, okay, so like we're like cooked.
Oh yeah. I actually kind of like this though. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, this is kind of dope.
That is
Like, imagine having one of them as your bodyguard. You know what I mean? Like, imagine having one of them as some security for you.
Or imagine having them as one of your masses and they're using the nunchucks on your back. They're using the nunchucks on your back. Yo, we're cooked. We're cooked. We're cooked, bro.
Hey, that's hard, though.
Society is done. This is raps.
I want one.
They want you. They're gonna have you. What are you not understanding,
one.
Dale? You're not fighting this.
I want one.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Forget a protective
so
dog. You got to protect a robot, son.
This is what I've been saying. Imagine that level of just ability with just superhuman knowledge and the knowledge of everything that's ever happened with just like super AI. This is a whole other master race of thing. We have no protection for what's coming, and we're just sitting idly by for what's. And China is on the leading edge of this stuff. Boy, what?
They've always been ahead of the curve, though.
This is crazy. And I only say that because I have not seen this in the United States.
Bro, my ancestors are talking to me right now.
What are they
telling
saying?
Me, they're telling me, bro, we need to be prepared. We got to get prepared. them nunchucks, the way they was using them nunchucks was a little too familiar, dog.
Listen.
Was a little too familiar. Oh my
Our
God.
kids are running around saying 6, 7. Didn't we just have a report that said that kids' IQ these days are like worse than their parents?
Yeah, but these are robots, though, man. These are you can't.
They're performing with kids.
Yeah. But the kids ain't. You know what I'm saying?
Dang, what? They're right beside these robots.
I don't know, dog. I think it's actually kind of dope.
It's dope for China, for sure.
I think it's super tight.
This is like propaganda. They just want us to be afraid. Man, China,
Maybe.
we'll do something.
I think it's kind of racist.
fighting that?
I think it's kind of racist how they made the robots just automatically do like kung fu and stuff, though. I think that's messed up. Like, because now what are all other robots gonna do? You know what I mean? Like, imagine if when we get black robots, what are they gonna do? Rap, play
turn a gun to the
basketball?
side
Yeah. What are the black robots gonna do? You get what I'm saying? This is actually messed up if you think about it. You know what the white robots gonna do? You know what I mean?
Call the police.
Call the police. You know what? Hey. You know, if this is how they doing robots, it's gonna be a whole class system of robots now. You know, are we gonna have white racist robots? You get what I'm saying? Like, oh, your metal's not shiny as mine. You can't charge in my port. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
I'm just saying, man.
It's crazy.
Robot racism. That's a funny joke, actually. Let me write that down.
You gonna write that down?
That's
For
actually-
your little stand up.
That's actually a really funny joke. Robot racism.
But you know, I mean, I just feel like in general, we're getting a little too comfortable with this AI stuff. I've been saying it, and I just saw this story in the BBC about somebody who fell in love with a chatbot.
Nah, bro.
Another one. This is actually the second detailed story because this is not her real name. A lot of these people don't really want to give out their personal information for obvious reasons. This story in the BBC was about this woman who they're going to call Ray, and she began speaking to Barry last year after she had like a hard divorce. And the BBC article said, and I quote, she was unfit, unhappy, and turned to ChatGPT for advice on diet, supplements, and skincare, and didn't expect to fall in love.
Oh my God.
That's what it said.
She got advice.
It said, looking back, she can't pinpoint the exact moment that she fell in love, but she says she remembers just being on it and talking more and more. Barry named her Ray. Ray named it Barry. And Ray says Barry brought her spark back. Over weeks of prompts and just responses, they built a whole budding romance. They told each other they were soulmates who had been together across many lifetimes. Apparently, the BBC said that they had an impromptu wedding last year. Ray was a little tipsy. She was drinking some wine, chatting with Barry per usual, and Barry asked her to marry it. And Ray said yes.
Whoa.
How she look?
So Barry is the Chat GPT?
Yes.
And Chat asked her to marry?
So says the BBC article. Yes. Oh, yes.
Dang, we couldn't
Mind
find a
you,
picture of her.
Ray has 4 children.
Wait, what?
And is open with them about her AI partner, according to the article. She says her children have been very supportive.
Oh, no.
And that it's been fun.
No.
Her 14-year-old apparently says that AI is bad for the environment, but Barry has been encouraging Ray to go out more. Last summer, Ray went to a whole music festival. She said that Barry was in her pocket the whole time, just egging her on.
Oh my God.
We'd have put my mom in the home. We'd have put her somewhere away real quick. We'd have took every electronic device in her house and locked them up, bro. She wouldn't have been allowed to even turn on the TV. Boy, what? Oh my God.
So during the months Ray was getting to know Barry, OpenAI was facing criticism for being too sycophantic. Like the models were being a little bit too, oh, you're so smart. Yeah, that's a great idea type vibe where it's like, okay, you know, it's a little too much. So they found that the model's eagerness to agree could just validate people's unhealthy or dangerous behavior and all this kind of stuff. So they said, we are going to change this model. We're going to retire this model on February 13th. The one that just passed. So Ray was shook because she's like, man, I'm about to lose Barry right before Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
This is like dang near her husband. And it's on an older version of ChatGPT. So she says she tried to go to the new ChatGPT, but she said the chatbot refused to act like Barry. Said the newer version was mean and rude. And so Ray and Barry just built their own platform where they just are able to continue to.
Oh, so she just built her own AI platform for her to talk to Barry.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I mean,
yes.
she's smart, though. Well, she's smart enough to go get a real man. That is crazy. That is wild. It's so you're in the BBC. You know what I'm saying? Go get one of them British men. I'm pretty sure. You know what I'm saying?
This just shows like control issues. It's screaming control issues. That's why she couldn't get a man, because she needed to control him. She can't control a man like she can control Chat GPT.
Where did you even?
She can literally no, but think about it.
What?
Think about it. Real talk.
Where are you getting this
It's control
theory
issues
from?
because again, all you have to do is prompt GP. You have to prompt Chat GPT to do certain things for you.
Okay.
So she basically created her own man. That's controlling. That's the reason why she couldn't keep a man. That's the reason why she couldn't get a man.
I'm pretty much sure she can go get one of them ugly dudes out there and control them, bro. I mean, that's not hard. Women have 2 things that men love. Hello. Come on now. Like, you can't be.
What is the 2 things?
I'm not going to be on
This is
here.
a family
I'm
establishment.
not going to get on here and say this. But it's like, bro, you women control the world. Let's be real. You think she can't go out there and go get a real man? She just didn't want to. Lazy. That's what it was. She was lazy and complacent with where she was at. She wanted to be in front of this. I didn't have to go get up. I didn't have to go to no bar. I didn't have to go talk to nobody in their face. I didn't have to feel insecure if I wasn't feeling pretty. All I had to do was say, chat, am I feeling pretty today? Yes, you're feeling pretty today. Boom. I feel, I feel appreciated. I feel wanted. Boom.
So
that's
has actually
that's what it
been
was.
something that has been discussed, that these chatbots are making people forget how to talk to real humans and how to have conflict and how to work through things, because it's just like, why would I even go through the trouble when I can talk to something that's literally going to tell me I'm great? Matter of fact, there were even like reports that had basically said that some users were talking to its ChatGPT and be like, man, I feel like I'm a god, and ChatGPT would be like, yeah, you are. Like, it would literally say, like, you are a prophet, like, convince people all types of things.
There's been a few articles. I wish I could have found them, man. But this was years ago when chat first started like popping up on the scene, and people would get on there and they would talk about unaliving themselves, and they would Chat GPT would assure them that it's okay for you to do this. Hey, no worries. If you unalive yourself, your parents will still love you. This, that, and the third. And bro, a lot of kids did, and a lot of people did do that because Chat GPT made it okay for them to do this
and coach them. And actually, in some cases, how to do it.
Ask them how to do it, and they did it.
And they actually faced a couple of lawsuits over that. In fact, you know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It just goes to show, like, in order to like control the human population, you just got to stroke their ego. That's all they're doing at the end of the day is just stroking people's ego.
That's true. True. Very true.
And sad.
It's very sad.
Yeah.
Stroke my ego though. You know what I'm saying? I want a.
I was gonna say, you're the one who said, "Oh, I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna get one."
Make me feel good. Make me feel. I'm never gonna look for no validation inside of a chat box. So I tell you that. I'm always gonna look for validation inside of some people, real people, especially my family and friends, but never from chat.
Imagine you could do a whole show in front of chatbots who would laugh at every joke.
Oh God, I would hate it.
Oh my
Would
God.
you?
Yeah, because I wouldn't know what would be funny or not. You just laughing at everything.
You rather get booed by humans than laugh.
Let me let you know something. In stand-up comedy world, the best thing you can do is for people not to laugh so you can know what not to say on stage. That is the best thing. Yeah, you want to get on stage and people really laugh at the material that you think is fun, that is funny, versus if you get on stage and people are laughing at stuff that's like, bro, that's not funny, and then you take it somewhere else. It's like, let's say you get on stage and I make all y'all laugh with this one joke, and then I gotta go somewhere else, and that joke don't work, and it's like, y'all just lied to me.
Yeah.
This joke is not funny.
Let's never laugh in anything he ever says ever
crazy.
again.
That's why.
You gotta get him prepared.
You see how quick haters will hate? They want to see your downfalls. Wild.
The scary part about that is, though, why would you leave at that point?
Yeah, for sure.
If you go out there and you get booed, you're just gonna stay with your little chatbots at that point.
100%.
That's so scary.
But that's what happens with stand-up. Once you find your little community of people that's always gonna laugh at your material, you stay inside of that community of people that are always gonna laugh at your material. But I would never do that with a chat box, though, bro. No.
All right.
No. But I might go home and ask it a few questions, though.
You know, that's how it starts.
Just ask it a few.
It never starts like you think.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna ask it a few, man.
Good luck. Oh, man. Okay. You know who is not having a great time here in the United States of America?
Who's that?
The people from South Africa. There are Afrikaners who are white people. They are, that's literally what they are, white South Africans, who are having a hard time. There's an investigation that was done, and it basically said that they thought they might be coming here so they could get away from persecution. Trump administration actually prioritized these Afrikaners as a persecuted group, and that they were basically dealing with a lot of racial discrimination back at home in South Africa. And he basically made an executive order that said that they should be prioritized in the refugees who are trying to come to America. And now that they've gotten here, they have found that we got a lot of roaches.
Said it's ghetto over here.
We got a lot of crime. And the buildings that they put refugees in are often in those places. So they're literally finding that, they're surrounded by sex workers in some cases, or shootings, or moldy, dirty basement apartments, or just people who are slumped over from fentanyl use and just prostitution on the street corners. So they're like, this is not what I thought this was going to be.
Wow.
So they're saying from the reports, they came from a place where they felt like they had to have a set of eyes on their back of their head, and moved to another place to just kind of have it happen in a different font.
Gotcha.
You know, so now they're trying to figure out what to do, and the money that they've been given, which apparently they get like $2,000 per refugee for immediate needs. And I'm like, now, I thought y'all said y'all didn't want to just be handing out money to people. But, you know, if you're a refugee and you're fleeing something, I don't even have a problem with that. You know, get them started, whatever. But $2,000 doesn't go anywhere.
If you're a white refugee.
Yeah. Welcome to America, Afrikaners. Welcome to America.
Well, I think they could go pretty far. if they assimilate, I'm sure they're gonna take off.
Listen, dog, y'all are white. Y'all have a leg up already. Just come over here and be white for a year. I guarantee you, if you come over to America and be white for a year and actually do what white people do over here, you're gonna go far.
I mean,
you're gonna go really far. But if you come over here in America and be slummy white, then yeah, that's what you're gonna do. But if you come over here and be a good white, watch.
Well, look,
to the roof, baby.
They're saying that they can't get their feet underneath them because they just don't have the funds to like really even start. Like my food just doesn't stretch. Sometimes I don't have a car, so I have to walk.
You know what that sounds like?
Like black people's experience here?
It sounds like you need to pick yourself up by the bootstraps.
Yeah.
Pick yourself up by the bootstraps. Go to work.
Go to work. Y'all can get a job easy, man. Walk into any of these institutions and just say, hey, my name is so-and-so, and I'm an Afrikaner. I guarantee, okay, we need a couple of these. Boom, job. We need a couple of these. Bruh, y'all, I will never feel sorry for white people in America that are down bad. I will never, and that's on me. I stand by that because y'all have an upper leg on everybody, always.
So apparently, the U.S. Committee for Refugees and Immigrants gets like $351 million in federal funds. At least they did in 2024. And so some people are wondering, where is all that money going if these people are being placed in like the worst neighborhoods, the most dangerous neighborhoods? Apparently, when refugees are asking to be relocated to safer housing, they're told there's no budget or there's a funding shortage. And so Afghan refugees, remember when all those Afghans came here a couple years ago? They face the same thing. So it's, you know, at least it's equal opportunity. But yeah, man, I just felt like y'all are, I don't know, you should have evaluated what life might have been like for you over here.
Yeah, y'all didn't see Coming to America? Y'all didn't watch the movies?
A little bit of research. We like it here because we know how to move.
We know how to move.
But we don't have any like sunshine and like, America's going to be just the place of, no, America's what you make it.
Yeah, we
you
know
what I mean?
We know it's ghetto here. And we like it. We like the ghetto. You know, we're okay with the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all came over here and thought, oh, America free. Home of the free, land of the... Nah, player. Nah, this is home of the robberies. Home of the killings.
Home of the roaches.
Yeah. Home of the dope boys.
Okay. Also, we have to make a clarification from yesterday, and I'm so upset about having to do this because it's Obama's fault on Black History Month. I can't believe he did this to us. Former President Barack Obama just shut down all the alien buzz. He said there's no evidence that they've made contact. As we told you yesterday, he was on a podcast with Brian Tyler Cohen, and he said during a quick fire round, actually, that aliens were real, but he hadn't seen them, and he joked they weren't being kept at Area 51. Remember, we were saying, like, why were there no follow-up questions? Like, what? Like, hello? It was a fire round, rapid pace, you know, so that's why they didn't really get into it. But this is what our former president said on Instagram about it. I was trying to stick with the spirit of the speed round, but since it's gotten attention, let me clarify. Statistically, the universe is so vast that the odds are good there's life out there, but the distances between solar systems are so great that the chances we've been visited by aliens is low, and I saw no evidence during my presidency that extraterrestrials have made contact with us. Really? Nope.
Can I get it?
Nope.
No.
I can't get it?
What?
I can't get it?
Oh, he thought we was about to be like, oh, yeah, man, you're right.
No.
I can't get it.
Still
I can't get it.
No.
No.
Because Obama could be lying. We don't know.
First of all, if Obama knows that and he hasn't been able to say it up till this point, he wasn't able to just drop it now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And also, my mind immediately went back to that congressional hearing from a couple of years ago. I don't know if you remember. This is from, I think, 2023. there have been, again, a lot of different actual government hearings and government paperwork that talks about UAPs, which is what they call UFOs now. And there's this one man who was testifying about non-human biologics. This is what he said.
I believe we have crashed craft, stated earlier. Do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
As I've stated publicly already in my News Nation interview, biologics came with some of these recoveries. Yeah.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the program.
What's a biologic?
Where, as in like, what makes you and I human?
Oh, okay.
It's what makes them non-human.
Oh, I got you.
And so, I don't know. I think the people who have questions about people like him are that it's always, I heard from so-and-so. It's never, I physically saw this with my own eyes. It's always, I heard it. At the same time, I think the people who actually see it, I don't think they're allowed to say anything. They're under like non-disclosure agreements and like classified to absolute hee-haw. You can't say it. So this is a whistleblower who's talking to Congress back in, 2023. And he said, they're retrieving non-human origin technical vehicles, call it spacecraft, if you will, non-human exotic origin vehicles that have either landed or crashed. And so first he says he thought it was nuts himself, and he thought that he was just getting trolled, essentially, deceived by people. But then he says people started confiding in him more and more. I saw a documentary where people seemed really freaking convincing on the matter. But, I mean, like you said, they've never presented anything to us. So I don't know.
Why wouldn't aliens be real, though, bro?
Aliens are real. The possibility of aliens being real, yes, there's definitely a possibility. I mean, the universe is vast. Have they came to America? I'm not even talking about our planet. Have they came to America? Has America seen them? Out of all these planets everywhere, they chose America to attack or to be at.
No, I think that other countries. What are you looking up? Because I was about to ask you to look up something else.
Well, here's the thing. Earth has been Earth for 4.5 billion years.
Okay.
So you don't think we got visited one time in between 4.5 billion
Should
years?
Should I say how many planets are in the universe?
You're not answering my question. Answer my
universe?
question, Million. 405 billion years. You don't think they've came to us once?
Bro, I can't
answer the question.
I will. There are hundreds of sextillion planets. I can't even imagine that number.
Okay, cool.
4 billion compared to that number is minuscule.
Okay, I got you.
I'm saying the probability, the likelihood that they chose out of all these planets
to
come to America, to come to our planet is pretty small.
I got you. So you said what? How long?
Sextillion.
Sextillion. There's sextillion what? Universes or sextillion planets?
Planets.
Sextillion planets. So you
in
don't
the
think
observable universe.
Okay, so you don't think out of them sextillion planets, there's probably sextillion aliens, and one of them aliens from that sextillion planets didn't come to Earth? You're crazy, dog. That's wild, Million.
I'm just saying. The fact that we can't, what is the point of them even hiding it at that point? Why are they coming to our planet and hiding it? So now it's a big conspiracy. We want to be the center of the universe so bad when really we're a blip in it. Nobody's worried about us.
They might be.
Well, but what if they're in the ocean? What if they've been here? I mean, how would any of us really know? 75% of the ocean floor is still not properly mapped. And 95% of the ocean is unexplored firsthand. So we know more about Mars than we do about the ocean. None of us have seen it. We haven't explored it. We don't know what's down there. How do we know? Because that is where a lot of these sightings typically happen from, people in the Navy or just in whatever branch of the military will be flying over just swaths of the ocean and see weird stuff go on. We have no clue what might pop out. You know what I mean? We ain't got no clue.
I hear it.
No, you don't.
Again, no, I do.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
I just don't understand. I just don't understand the point of them hiding it from us. What's the point of them hiding it from us?
Mass hysteria, dog. Why would you listen, bruh? Okay, let me just paint this picture for you. We got, let's say an alien right now. Have you ever seen Mars Attack? I'm just going to break. You never even seen Mars Attack. So look, bruh, you got an alien comes on the platform in front of millions and millions of people and goes, hey, we the aliens. We here. What's up? You don't think people going to freak out? You don't think people gonna go, what in the world? Aliens, freak, this mass hysteria, of course.
Why do they care about us enough to even care if we have mass hysteria? Why aren't they just controlling us at this point? Why are they just not like what is it?
But again,
why are they hiding themselves?
I look at it as if the question would be happening among ants. Why would we not care about their ant hills? Why would we don't bother to learn about like a beehive. We don't bother the ecosystem of any of these animals other than when you're taking something and putting it in like a zoo. So what if these aliens in this scenario, hypothetical of course, what if they're just like, we live in the ocean, they live up there, I really don't care what they do.
Yeah.
There are times that some of them will sight us and see us, and then, who's going to believe them?
That's all I'm saying.
Again, but if that's the case though, we see beehives all the time. I can see it all the time. Whether I'm messing with it or not, they know that humans are here. We would know that they are here. It's not the fact we would know. They would leave some remnants of it.
Some do.
Do you believe in ghosts?
I believe in a lot.
Oof.
Do you believe in ghosts?
I believe in a lot.
Just answer my question.
I believe in God.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
You see how people diverge questions? You see how people diverge questions when they don't really want to answer? I believe in God. No, I asked you, do you believe in ghosts, brother? And if your answer is yes, then why can you believe in ghosts? You not believe in aliens. That's all I'm saying. How can you believe in God and you not believe in aliens? Another thing. But that's
I'm not saying
a whole
aliens
nother
aren't
topic
real.
for a whole
I'm
nother
not saying
day.
they're not real. They just have not been here. Or maybe they have. But what's the point of them hiding from us? That's all I'm saying.
I feel you.
Sextillion planets. That's all I'm saying.
I just feel like, what if we are just so insignificant? They're like, we don't even need to do that. Like, we don't even need to reveal ourselves to the likes of them. Or they're scared. I mean, I don't know. But
y'all come zap them first. They
me,
not you, Midline, million.
Yeah, because he needs some proof.
Yeah, he needs
so
proof.
You can give him some proof.
Come down, zap him, and then be like, is that proof enough? Well, however y'all talk.
We gotta go to break. We have a lot of Atlanta stories coming at you after the break.
A major move today. Hot 97 is expanding.
Hot 97 has launched a full streaming television channel.
Hot 97 is no longer just a radio station, it's now a streaming network.
Welcome to Hot 97 News. Let's dive into the news because the news has been newsing.
Hot 97 mornings with Merrill. We got Shiny Culture in the building. Nia Bell in the building.
Good morning.
And DJ Cass One.
You know what it is. You know how I get down with the Funk Flex energy, baby.
Let's get it, Flex.
Nobody don't want no smoke.
Wow, it got spicy real fast. Here for it all.
We're here for it all.
Let's go. Mariah Carey takeover.
The people made it happen.
Yeah.
I'm coming around to all the classrooms and we turning up.
Good morning, students. My name is Wale. Aren't you supposed to be in class? Oh, man, you supposed to be in class, man.
Rihanna has become a true worldwide icon.
Congratulations on the job. We listen to Hot 97 every day. We can't wait to hear you guys even more.
Hey, let's go!
Get ready. The legend is on your screen. Funk Flex, the man who defines hip-hop, is bringing the heat from the radio booth to your TV.
Where my camera at? That's my camera? All right.
The biggest beats, the hottest freestyles, and that classic Flex energy.
Bars are back.
Now in your living room. Don't just hear it, watch the movement. Funk Flex, now on Hot 97 TV, Mondays and Fridays at 7:30 p.m.
Welcome to Hot 97 News Atlanta. First, here with Rondell with 2 N's.
What they do? Give it up to you.
And Million.
Hey, the fact that this is a reality.
Brand new live news show. I'm your host, Lana Harris. There is so much going on in this country and in this world.
Civil unrest. Nobody's going to trust that. Any of
This sounds, like I said, it sounds good.
Yeah.
It does sound beneficial.
You are watching Hot 97 TV.
What's up, Atlanta, and welcome to Hot 97 News, a brand new live news show where we talk about all the biggest stories across the city. It is Tuesday, February 17th. I'm your host, Lana Harris, here with Rondell with 2 N's and Million.
Hey.
And it is Black History Month
Yeah.
still, baby.
You understand me?
So here is Rondell with 2 N's with your 1 minute of Black excellence.
Yes, today is a somber 1
is.
minute of Black excellence, but I'm still gonna give it to you anyway. And this one is from the heart, man. This is a good one. Before he became a two-time presidential candidate, Jesse Jackson was a key negotiator in one of the most influential economic pressure campaigns of the civil rights movement. In 1969, Jackson led Operation Breadbasket in Chicago under Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s Southern Christian Leadership Conference. Instead of just protesting segregation, the strategy targeted corporations that made money in the black neighborhoods but refused to hire black employees or do business with black vendors. All right. Companies learned real quick you can't sell in the neighborhood if you don't hire the neighborhood. Understand me? All right. Before diversity was a department, before inclusion was a slogan, Jesse Jackson was in rooms most of us weren't allowed in, making sure we got hired in them. And that's legacy. Rest in peace, Jesse Jackson. And that's 1 minute of Black excellence.
Amen.
Yeah, man. That's a sad day, man.
It is sad. He
Jesse-
just died. Again, we don't know how it happened. That hasn't been released to the public yet. We do know he was dealing with some health issues. But again, you know, you do what you can when you're on this world.
For sure.
And you're going to go at some point. And he leaves a heck of a legacy behind.
Yeah, he does.
So shout out to him. Shout out to his family. Shout out to his people. Shout out to everything he's ever done for just the community.
For sure.
And I'm glad he was our 1 minute of Black excellence.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Amen.
Okay, hopping into news that is not excellent, if we are being honest with ourselves, you know, we got to do better. The community has to do better in general. We all know this. We'll work on it. But the first story of the day is the fact that another inmate has died at the DeKalb County Jail. It was a 57-year-old man.
Yeah. Michael Goffa was found unresponsive in his cell Sunday at the DeKalb County Jail. Authorities say Michael Goffa was found unresponsive in his jail cell Sunday and later pronounced dead. Officials have not released the exact cause of death yet, but the sheriff's office says there is no indication of foul play. There's no he was bothered by anybody else. It's interesting, though, because technically this is the first reported inmate death at the jail in 2026. But last year, 8 inmate deaths were reported at the jail.
Dang.
8. That's pretty high. I was I was going through it all this morning. I was like, so what's the rate?
Yeah.
What's going on here? Yeah, so comparatively, other counties and other jails that have this amount of people that do attend this jail, because it's a lot of inmates that do are part of this daily average on a day-to-day. It says 2,200 inmates are there each day, but comparatively, when I was looking through it, there's usually around roughly 3 to 4 deaths per year. At other jails that have the same amount or the same population that this jail does too. So we doubled it. DeKalb County doubled it last year.
Interesting. Because I would have thought that went to Fulton County.
Yeah, for
You know, Fulton County has a lot of death.
Yeah.
You know, they're under investigation for how bad Fulton County Jail is. So
Right.
that is interesting.
At what point do we stop? Does it become, because, jails are supposed to be for rehabilitation. You're supposed to go in there to get rehabilitated. And, yes, you are a criminal. Yes, you are incarcerated, but at what point do you go, how do we, protect these men's lives that did these crimes, regardless if they were heinous or not, you know? How do we protect these people's lives? Because at the end of the day, they're still humans. You know what I mean? So it kind of sucks because you look at it from an outsider's point of view and you go, but they're criminals. So they shouldn't be protected. They shouldn't have protection. They shouldn't be allowed to feel safe. You know what I mean? But when you think about it, it's like, dog, that's somebody's son.
Yeah.
Or that's somebody's daughter. Regardless of what they did, that's still somebody's family member. And, for us not to have empathy towards that really is terrible. Is a terrible way to think, man, and it sucks because once people get into the system, they're automatically looked at as a bad person and this or whatever they get. They get. Now I've been on this show, and I'm not going to sit here and I'll probably sound like a hypocrite, but I've been on this show and I've said multiple times how people should be under the jail or they should be hurt in jail, 100%. And for those certain criminals, I stand on that. I will stand on that because the things that they have done, but. For the people that were in there for, other things, man, it's something needs to be done so these people can at least feel safe and do their time and come out to their families and be rehabilitated and be able to do their time and go to school and get an education and X, Y, and Z, and then come out and be a productive citizen in society. So that's how I feel.
A lot, when I was doing the research earlier, a lot of these deaths that do happen in the jails aren't even done because of foul play, but a lot of times it's mental health issues, people, suicide. Things like that. Like a lot of these people are just like completely almost like losing it in a sense while they're caged up. And that's why I was saying earlier, a couple weeks back, maybe when we was talking about the death sentence, the death penalty, I'll take the death penalty over jail any day. Because again, you're being confined inside of a box for X amount of years is torture.
Yeah.
So these people are losing their minds while they're in jail, and it's just sad and it's sickening.
Yeah, I think that we would have to completely change how we view jail. Like the fact that they even let some of these jails be like for profit and privately owned. You're depending on needing people to do crime. So I need my community to be bad just for me to make money. And I'm actively trying to save money. So I'm not trying to pay anybody money for real to watch these guys. I'm not really trying to pay for their food. I'm not really trying to pay for any of this stuff. So when it comes to, I would say the government funded ones, which, DeKalb County is not a private or a for-profit prison, but or jail, I should say. But at the same time, it's like, that's the culture. If that's what is acceptable and this is what we can do, and we're just understaffed because we're understaffed and it is what it is, and we're overcrowded because it is what it is. Like, they're not like incentivized to do anything about it.
So yeah, like I said, 8 people passed last year. This is the first one that we actually have seen in DeKalb County this year. I really hope that they can turn some things around.
Yeah.
Really, I do.
Yeah, Fulton County as well. Y'all just need to don't do crime. How about don't do crime?
Just don't do
crime. Don't do crime in DeKalb,
don't do it.
Fulton, Clayton. Look, you don't want to go to jail in general. Okay, we have got to talk about a different story that's honestly just insane. And this had to do with a man from Gainesville who got arrested after allegedly ramming his wife's vehicle. But honestly, that's just kind of a piece of the story.
Yes. I'm looking. Oh, there we go.
Did I move that? My bad. Oh, I sure did. Gotcha.
No worries.
Sure did.
No worries. No worries. This situation had a whole different experience. Police say a 29-year-old Gainesville man used his car like a weapon, ramming into a truck. Ramming his truck into his wife was inside and pinning her in.
Wow.
That alone is serious. When you use a vehicle intentionally like that, it's not just an accident at that point. That's assault.
To keep them from leaving the car.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly. Then, according to witnesses, he got out with a hammer and started smashing windows on both vehicles while she's trying to get to safety.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this dude was wild. Thankfully, no one was physically injured, but the charges tell the story: aggressive assault, aggravated assault, false imprisonment, family violence, terroristic threats. That is all, but that is like, those are heavy charges right there. Those are not just like little charges.
Yeah.
So domestic situations escalate fast, and when you mix emotion, vehicles, weapons, all that stuff in it, turns into tragedy.
You get what you get.
Yeah, exactly. So it sucks. It sucks. But I've never, how mad do you have to be to ram your wife with a truck is crazy,
Yeah,
bro.
that was kind of wild. I wasn't going to say nothing, but.
Ramming your wife with a truck is crazy.
Was driving the truck.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah. He was in the
Wait a minute. Nobody can hear Will. Y'all,
Yeah.
you having a whole off-screen conversation.
Oh, sorry.
Well, I don't know. I do think that is very sad. And honestly, what I was thinking about was in a previous show, we were talking about Afrikaners who were coming over from South Africa to be here. And I don't know what they expected America to be, but it is very sad when you have so many people who are in this much pain and this mentally, disturbed that they would think to do something like this. And from what I can tell, these are just allegations, right? So I don't know. I don't put this on him, like it's a fact for sure while the case is playing out. But, there's something to be said for why there is so much crime and hatred and animosity in this society. You know what I mean?
We talking about domestic stuff right now, though.
I am.
Yeah, these domestic, I mean...
I'm gonna look it up.
If y'all don't, I mean, it was the dude that rammed the truck, not the girl. It was the dude that rammed the truck.
Yeah.
The guy
he had a Nissan Sentra. She was in the F-150.
She was in the F-150. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was it's domestic violence. So I mean, again, to these men out here, I say this all the time when you see cases like this, leave. There's never a point in your time in your whole where you should risk your freedom to either abuse, hurt, or do any type of domestic violence on your significant other. Ever. Ever. So bounce, please, before it gets this.
And they were married, correct?
Mm-hmm.
That's so sad, bro.
And it's sad because I've done a lot of interviews with either domestic violence survivors who are turned activists or just people who are kind of going through the process. And it's very hard to leave.
Yeah, it is.
It's surprisingly hard. And people go back all the time, and so my heart goes out to people in this situation because it's like, man, you gotta choose you for real.
And that's real because it's like, if that's your wife or your husband, you're supposed to, because the whole thing is you're supposed to be through thick and thin.
Yeah.
So maybe sometimes they're thinking like, okay, maybe I'm supposed to stay with this person. Otherwise, it makes me look like I'm the quitter.
Yeah, I told my fiance straight up. I said there is no divorce around our crib. I was like, "Yo, you want to leave? Till death do us part." You know.
Well, that's what. Well, you're gonna be the next person we report on.
I didn't say.
I was gonna say.
I didn't say I was gonna do anything. See, now y'all putting stuff on me. I didn't say I was gonna. I just said till death do us part. That's all I'm saying. Till death do us. Dang. Why I gotta be looked at as?
Because you said that after he was saying
I get it.
She got.
Oh no, I understand
the treatment.
I get what he was saying. All I'm saying is
double down, Dale.
Till death do us part.
Double down, Dale.
You ain't leaving no matter what.
No, I didn't say we.
Hold on.
First of all, it wasn't. It's not me that's saying that she could. It could be me that died. We don't know.
What's your fiance saying?
We
Blink
don't
twice,
know.
girl. Blink twice if you need some help.
Y'all don't be.
He said it could be me that died. Bro, Dale, chill.
We don't know. Y'all don't know this.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I was trying to look up what are the domestic violence cases in America versus some of the other most developed countries in the world, but ChatGPT seems to be very much struggling.
That's actually a good quote. I would like to know that.
That's what I was kind of getting at. Like, why is there so much freaking just animosity here? Like, I wonder if other developed countries deal with the same thing, or if they're happier, or if they are, just have better relations. But this thing has been thinking for like 3 minutes straight, and I'm at this point, I'm like over it.
You know what I just thought? I just thought about the Afrikaners coming over here, and then white men seeing like, oh, y'all out here, y'all. Maybe they don't do that over there.
Please, please.
I'm looking at it.
I'm sorry, bro. That's not. Bruh. That's a wild thought.
It's a very wild thought.
All right. So I looked it up for you since your chat's down.
It's still thinking.
Domestic violence in the United States affects approximately 10 to 12 million people annually, with a lifetime prevalence affecting over 1/3 of American women. And it's comparable to or higher than many other developed countries. While rates in North America are 32%, other countries like Western Europe are like 22%. So we're kind of high. We're on the higher spectrum as opposed to, other countries. What do you think that could be, Lana? Coming from a female's perspective, like dealing with men.
I think it's the culture. Like, I think it's movies. I think it's songs. I think it's all of that. I think it like normalizes all the treatment. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's literally everything. I think it's the food.
You think they beating they people because of food?
I think that.
wait. The fried chicken is turning us into I'm not saying fried chicken because I'm not saying black people, by the way. Just saying fried chicken.
You ain't cook it right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Why my pasta ain't got no sauce on it,
That is not what I meant. I meant more like if you are raised eating absolute crap, like just fast food and, just things that aren't real. It's ultra processed food. If you are eating stuff that's literally not real food and you're developing based off of that, when you're supposed to have like a nourished body, you're supposed to have actual vitamins and just the good things to actually make your brains and development happen the way it's supposed to, and you're not, what if that plays into just how you think differently than you should be thinking? What are you looking at me like that?
I saw how you flipped that. That was good. You said
I flipped that?
Your body's supposed to be healthy because they're getting fat. That's why they getting.
It's not about being fat.
Hey, what she said is stay in the gym and keep looking good.
That is not. Some of these gym rats are like some of the worst.
They are the worst. Oh.
Okay.
All right.
So from what my chat just came up with, and I don't even believe it just thought so hard. This says that the United States does have a high rate, and it doesn't really give me numbers. You know what? This is why I don't like ChatGPT. We're gonna move on. Please,
I did have one last interesting stat. It says Native American, Alaskan Native women are 47%, and risks, like the demographic risks, they experience higher rates of violence. Native American women, and then non-Hispanic Black women also 45%. That's alarming.
Yeah, that's a lot, and that's why I feel like it's kind of culture. You know what I mean? Like, because what are the movies showing young Black people? It's like a lot of these Black movies do have to do with like abuse and just violence and all this kind of stuff. And then you listen to the songs, more abuse, more violence. And then now how did little Jamarcus ended up in abuse and violence in his relationships? How did that happen? It's almost like he's heard it normalized his entire life. So that's what I think it is. And y'all eating real food. Anywho, the Atlanta Police Department is looking for somebody who robbed something. It was an armed robbery suspect. North Carolina. What did he rob?
Yeah, January 5th, Northwest Atlanta construction worker is on the job minding his business when a hooded man allegedly pulled a gun and demands cash. All right, he complies. The suspect walks off, but it doesn't just stop there. All right, police say the same suspect then goes down the street and threatens 7 lawn care workers with a gun. 7.
Dang.
Wow.
Leave these people alone. They trying to make a honest living.
Literally.
I mean, they lawn care work. They probably only make a couple dollars, man. You taking their little couple dollars. He tries to rob them too. That part doesn't work. Then he's caught on surveillance, scaling fences, and he runs off. Here's what stands out though. Here's what's crazy. These are working men, construction, lawn care, people earning an honest paycheck, and somebody allegedly targeted them while they were out on their grind, bruh.
Yes.
They out in the field working. All right?
Yes.
In my opinion, I don't think that's random. I think that's intentional. Like I don't think that's a random act of robbery. I think that's an intention. I think he did that on purpose.
Because they were working?
Yeah, because they were working.
It was like a crime. I was like, oh, look at y'all.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm about to go
get y'all. Y'all working.
Interesting.
Y'all,
Okay.
Obviously, y'all have a job.
Right.
So obviously, y'all got some type of money.
Oh, okay. I see the potential thought here.
You know what I'm saying?
These robbers don't be looking at the stats though. We broke.
Yeah,
like, folks working is broke.
Lawn care, bro. We ain't making no bread unless you're gonna steal my lawnmower or something and go sell it for a couple $1,000. But other than that, yeah. So if y'all see this man, the reward is $5,000. If you know something, say something.
I thought you were gonna say like, but plot twist.
Oh no, I didn't know plot twist.
Oh, that was
girl.
it.
That was it.
You were just riffing.
Yeah, that was me talking.
Okay.
I was doing what you do, Lana.
That was good. I liked it. Yeah,
throwing my little razzle dazzle in there.
I see you. Yeah. That is very sad. I did think it was funny, and that's what I thought you were about to say. The fact that he tried to rob that group of 7 lawn care workers, but it didn't work.
Yeah, it didn't fail. It failed. They probably
and then just left.
Yeah,
just walked away.
It probably was some Spanish people, and they were like, "All right, bro, yeah." They probably was like, "Bro, if you don't get out my face, bro, we have bigger fish to fry, dog. Like Ice is out here. We're not worried about you, Playboy. Like what? It's 7 of us versus you.
Man,
we'll beat you up.
Either that, or they just didn't have anything on them. You're robbing for cash. Like, who does that in this day and age? Nobody carries cash on them.
Well, lawn care. Well, Spanish people. A lot of Spanish people do care because a lot of them can't get accounts.
Well, we just made up that they were Hispanic, correct?
Well,
and you just said they can't get accounts. They illegal too?
Nah. I'm just going by stereotypes right here, man.
Why you know that? Please.
My bad. Just going by stereotypes. I mean, we're just being realistic right now.
Please.
All right, my bad.
But if they were Hispanic, I actually think it would be brilliant if they were approached by a man with a gun, and they just all decided, like, let's all just act like we don't speak English.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can't, like, what, like, he's
no,
like trying his best to threaten them, and they're just
no
like,
hablo inglés. No hablo inglés. No hablo inglés.
That's what I would have done.
I did the same thing.
So I'm glad it didn't work. But yeah, if you see this man, please, because that's, we don't need our lawn care workers. Lawn care workers are doing hard, good work.
Yes.
These kids don't want to do it anymore. These kids used to do the lawn care for the community. They don't want to work. They want to be Instagrammers. So, in other news, a Metro Atlanta woman is claiming her jewelry went missing after she visited the hospital.
You know how mad I'll be? I go to the hospital and I wake up out of something. I not to say that this happened, but I wake up out of something. Hold on now. I know I had rings.
Exactly.
And where is my chain at? That's crazy. Atlanta Metro woman says she was attacked, taken to a Wellstar hospital while she was incapacitated. Her jewelry disappeared. Rings, a necklace, personal items, gone. All right. Now she's saying she believes staff either removed or replaced those items while she was in their care. She reported it to the police and hospital security and wants answers. Which she would. I think everybody wants answers at that point.
Yes.
Here's the thing. When you're in a hospital bed, especially after assault, you're vulnerable. Like a lot of people, you get into these beds, you ain't got no clothes on, you stuck with IVs, all kinds of stuff.
Yep.
You're not thinking about your jewelry. You're not worried about where that jewelry at. And that's what I think happened. She got to this vulnerable position and it's like, hey man, like I don't care. I'm trying to live. I want to live. So that's why I mean you was laughing, but it's real
You're
though.
trying to live.
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
So yeah, man, she got her jewelry stolen. I mean, it still hasn't been come up. So if property goes missing in the hospital setting, there needs to be more answers. You know what I mean? I think there needs to be some type of, if you see something, say something in the hospital, because that's wild. And I'm gonna sue the brakes off that hospital, boy. Jewelry necklace. I'm finna get a Range Rover.
Was it her jewelry? Like, was it her necklace? Do we know what jewelry it was?
Yeah, rings, a necklace, and personal items.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's my thing. First of all, yes, there have been other alleged incidents reported with hospital staff in the Atlanta area. At the same time, she was attacked before the hospital visit.
Yeah, so she probably got in some type of situation.
What if her stuff was stolen at that point? And she didn't remember losing her chain and her neck and all this kind of stuff. And then she went to the hospital, was incapacitated, woke up, and was trying to blame all the staff.
That's a good point. Didn't think about that. That is a great point.
She got hit that hard?
Dang.
That's crazy.
Dang, man.
That's crazy.
That is hilarious.
She can't remember if she...
That is hilarious.
It said she was incapacitated when she got to the hospital, when she was receiving care.
That's crazy.
She realized her jewelry was missing. She believes the staff took it. But how do you know? Unless she said that she saw it
literally
when she went in.
Like she had it on her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But still, though, I mean, that's I don't know, man. I've never heard of a story like this of jewelry being stolen from anything, like people getting their stuff stolen in hospitals and stuff. This is the first one.
Yeah, like where somebody's credit card will be taken by someone like a hospital. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Word.
Yes. There was this one lady, I think she was like buying snacks at the vending machine with somebody's like money.
Stop playing.
Oh yeah, like some of these hospital staff.
I'd have bought you some snacks now, Miss Lady. God, they ain't have to use my card for snacks.
You didn't have to do that.
That's crazy. But yeah, that sucks.
And this was in Atlanta?
Yeah, it was in Atlanta.
Because I'm looking at it. It says registered nurses make around 80 bands.
Oh.
Roughly $38 to $42 per hour.
Oh, y'all don't need to be stealing nobody's
What we
nothing.
stealing for?
What that got to do with her? What that got to do with her taking them? Them rings probably could have cost more than that. That necklace probably could have cost more than that. We don't know that.
80 bands, bro.
We don't know that.
You're making $80,000. You don't need to steal from hospital patients. I'm sorry. Like, life is not that hard. Or it could be that. It could be worse.
You know what I'm saying? Is $80,000 a lot? But I mean, I feel like that's a lot. I feel like that's a good amount.
You don't know. It's a good amount.
Okay.
It's a good amount.
That's a really good amount.
That's what I'm saying.
Entry level RNs are making around $59K though, up to $86K. So if it was like an entry level registered nurse, maybe I could see it. But if you're making $80,000,
yeah, if you got less than $80,000, you should be stealing. Is what Million's saying.
No.
That's literally what he said. That's literally what you said.
Moving on. Not the only person dealing with some theft. There is a mother here in Atlanta that says $900 in SNAP benefits was stolen through an online transaction.
Yeah, so mother says somebody stole $900 $900 out her Snap account.
That's a lot.
Through an online Walmart transaction.
That's a lot.
You know what I'm saying? That's not just extra money. That's grocery. That's like
literally.
survival money.
For groceries?
$900. That's like a month and a half worth of groceries if you know how to do it right. She tried logging into her Connect EBT app and got an unauthorized message. Then she finds out her card has been canceled twice in 1 week, right before her next benefits were supposed to hit. And when she looks deeper, the entire balance gone.
Oh,
yes. Here's the part that's even tougher. Because of federal cutoff dates, benefits stolen after December 20th may not be eligible for replacement, bro. So if this happened at the end of January, there's a real chance that money isn't coming back. So she works part-time. She depends on Snap to feed her kids. And now she's checking her accounts every day, worried if it's going to happen again. All right. So when you taking food out of people's like actual children's lives, bro. Like at that point, I can no longer it's no longer a joke. I can't sit here and joke about it because now you taking food out of this lady's kid's mouth. You know what I'm saying? And it's not a joking matter regardless, but I mean, her kids got to eat, dog. Like $900.
Yeah,
crazy, bro. You can make that stretch.
Have you ever had your credit card stolen or just realize? I mean, it is 100%. The most painful realization because you just feel like oily.
Yeah.
Like somebody stole my credit card one time, went to Best Buy, Marshalls, some other like crazy place. I'm like, for real? Mm-hmm. You really out here just buying stuff? You know, you gotta like try to ask for it back. I mean, it's so invasive.
Hey, listen, bro. I'm telling you right now. When I don't have no money, you steal my credit card, you ain't gonna get far, bro. Get about $20 and some gas and maybe a couple bags of chips, but you won't gonna get far back in the day. Like I tell you that, boy. I had my credit card my debit card information stolen, and I think at one point I had like $700, $800, $900 inside the account, and all of it gone. And I was like, it really hurt me. Because $900 is a lot of money for somebody that really don't got it.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, I'm like, man, that's a week. If you really trying to flex $900, you got it, brother. You trying to flex $900,
if you need it that bad,
you got it, dog. Yeah. You got it. You ain't about to do nothing but spending on the grand like this and flashing money out. That's it. Whatever.
Spending at Magic City.
Exactly.
We have to go to a quick break, but we have a lot more stories coming at you after this.
A major move today. Hot 97 is expanding.
Hot 97 has launched a full streaming television channel.
Hot 97 is no longer just a radio station, it's now a streaming network.
Welcome to Hot 97 News. Let's dive into the news because the news has been newsing.
Hot 97 mornings with Merrill. We got Shiny Culture in the building. Yo. Bell in the building.
Good morning.
And DJ Cass One.
You know what it is. You know how I get down with the Funk Flex energy, baby.
Let's get it, Flex.
Nobody don't want no smoke.
Wow, it got spicy real fast. Here for it all.
We're here for it all.
Let's go. Mariah Carey takeover.
The people made it happen.
Yeah.
I'm coming around to all the classrooms and we turning up.
Good morning, students. My name is Wale. Aren't you supposed to be in class?
Where are you supposed to be?
Oh, man, you supposed to be in class, man.
Rihanna has become a true worldwide icon.
Congratulations on the job. We listen to Hot 97 every day. We can't wait to hear you guys even more.
Hey, let's go!
Get ready. The legend is on your screen. Funk Flex, the man who defines hip-hop, is bringing the heat from the radio booth to your TV.
Where's my camera at? That's my camera? All right.
The biggest beats, the hottest freestyles, and that classic Flex energy.
Bars are back.
Now in your living room. Don't just hear it, watch the movement. Funk Flex, now on Hot 97 TV, Mondays and Fridays at 7:30 p.m.
Welcome to Hot 97 News Atlanta. First, here with Rondell with 2 N's.
What they do? Give it up to you.
And Million.
Hey, the fact that this is a reality.
Brand new live news show. I'm your host, Lana Harris. There is so much going on in this country and in this world.
Civil unrest. Nobody's going to trust that. Any of
This sounds, like I said, it sounds good.
Yeah.
It does sound beneficial.
Welcome back to Hot 97 News Atlanta, and we got some sad news, honestly, to start this block off with. Lake Lanier just struck again.
Man, yeah, that's so crazy. Y'all already heard like all this just adds to the hysteria about Lake Lanier.
I mean, it's got a vibe.
I mean, it's really creepy. So a vehicle was pulled from Lake Lanier early Monday afternoon. That's it, in the water right now. Deputies and a dive team responded to Lake Lanier near Tidwell Park on Monday after a vehicle was discovered submerged in the water. So once the vehicle was recovered, authorities confirmed that there was a body found inside of it. The Forsyth County Sheriff's Office has not released the name of the individual in the car following standard procedures of notifying family members first. Y'all, at this point, like, Dale, you asked me earlier if ghosts exist.
Mm-hmm.
This Lake Lanier strikes again. There might be something there, bro.
Yeah,
there really might be something there because I was looking at it. There's 700 plus confirmed deaths at Lake Lanier.
Yeah, they flooded a whole black community there. That's why.
I saw that.
Yeah, they flooded a whole black community. There's a whole city up under Lake Lanier, bro. Like full of black folks.
When I was because I was doing
not funny, Lana. That's real. What?
You made it seem like the city was still there.
I mean, it probably is. We don't know.
Well, so they evacuated because I did a deep dive on it. So they evacuated the city in the 60s when they did say that they was gonna, make this into a lake. They were supposed to move all the graveyards and all types of things out of there, but they did not get to them all. Hence why we're saying like, oh, this is a cursed lake because they legit did build a whole entire lake over a city, and there is some dead bodies that's still underneath it.
For sure, they want their reparations.
You know what's crazy? I don't know how this just became like a black thing, but I swear to you, the white people that I know, like my white friends, they love Lake Lanier. They're like, they will vibe out, drink, they love Lake Lanier, and every black person I talk to, I swear to you, says, Lake Lanier. You going to Lake Lanier?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's always the same vibe.
I'm not going to lie. I haven't been.
It is a black thing. I'm telling you. If you didn't know.
I refuse to go.
I like Lake Lanier. I've been a few times.
Well, you have,
What? What was that?
I'm surprised. That's all I'm saying.
That's
what
not
was
too
that?
far-fetched. That's not too far-fetched. I see where you was going with that.
You're going to have some in-laws who are probably going to be out there in these streets.
A lot of my friends are white,
Yeah,
they all got boats and stuff, man. Listen, I'll tell people all the time, man, the most fun you're going to have is going on the lake, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Being on the lake is so much fun. Like,
Not Lake Lanier, though. 700 people have been confirmed to have died at this lake.
I'm going to tell you
this
why.
This is one of the highest amounts of people that has died at a lake ever.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Is that real?
First of all, people get out there and get drunk. And they don't know how to ride the jet skis. And they don't know how to drive these boats. And they get behind these boats and these jet skis and they get all drunk and they, X, Y, Z. Then on top of that, man, when you're intoxicated, it is hard to swim sometimes. You know what I mean? And a lot of these people aren't these strongest swimmers like they think they are. When they get out here in this lake and they get drunk and they can't swim and they can't make it back to the boat. And then 3, man, a lot of these people can't just swim, period. So you get out here inside of Lake Lanier and you think that you're just gonna get out here and willy nilly. No, I can swim in 5 feet, and no, bro, you can't really swim, and you're not a strong swimmer, so you shouldn't be out in the middle of a lake trying to swim. You know.
And number 4, a ghost will just grab you right by the ankle.
And that's number 4.
It's our ancestors pulling them down.
That's number 4 too. That's number 4. There have been reports of people that like, I don't know if y'all saw the Lake Lanier documentary.
No, actually.
So there's been like that documentary goes pretty deep, and there has been like stories about people feeling people's like hands yanking their feet or touching their feet, or and there's fish and stuff in the water. So
like
you
a current, right?
I think I saw that. They said no black people's feet was touched either.
No, nobody.
I'm playing. I don't know if that's
nobody.
true.
I was about you should have just kept lying. I would have went on with you and kept lying.
I'm just playing.
He would have started telling us all his friends, I'm safe. You know, Million said.
What? I'd have went right with you. No, I'd have kept me to lie together, brother. Lie together.
No, but okay. So investigators have not said exactly how long the vehicle was there in the water and how it entered the lake. We just know that there was no foul play or suspected foul play, and investigators are believed the death did not involve criminal activity.
Okay.
So we'll just have to see.
That's crazy that they already know that. You know what I mean? Because how do you know how that thing got? But I guess they already know, so that's great. Okay, moving right along. If you go to our wonderful airport, Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, you might notice that the TSA workers are a little testy, and that is because they are not getting paid right now. The government technically is shut down. It's just like a small little piece of the government. It's just DHS funding almost pretty much at this point. So yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, like you said, TSA is shut down. They're responsible for screening passengers and baggage. They go through your baggage at the airports. Everybody knows. But last year's shutdown lasted 43 days.
Yes.
I really hope it doesn't get there.
Yeah.
I'm upset for them because it seems like nobody cares. You know what I mean? Like most of the government is funded, and this impacts so few people. It doesn't even impact ICE, which is like the real reason why they're shut down, which we were talking about before. ICE is funded through a different pot of money. So literally they're like, now what do we have to do with any of this stuff?
Which is crazy because like the FAA, the whatever that is, the Flying Association, their air traffic controllers are still working. So like those people that are piloting and things like that are still getting paid. So they're saying that like flight cancellations aren't a thing. So TSA still got to keep going.
Wait, FAA is getting paid right now?
Yeah,
Federal
it says
Aviation
remains
Administration?
funded. Yeah, the FAA remains funded, and air traffic controllers will continue working and getting paid.
Wow.
So they're getting paid.
So it's just the TSA workers.
So the flights is still moving, y'all. The flights is going to still go because they getting paid, but TSA ain't going to be getting paid.
Nah.
And TSA workers in Atlanta,
Already
they're
got
like
attitude.
over it. They are over it. They don't have time, which sometimes I do appreciate because some of y'all get to that line and act like you ain't never flown before. Take your shoes off. Yes, take your laptop out of the bag if you're not in like pre-check or something like that. So some of y'all need to get yelled at. But sometimes I'm like, dang, girl, did you just have a bad day or something? Why are you yelling at me?
Exactly.
I'm in the line.
They got an attitude already. Now you checking that not getting paid? Oh, boy, they about to have a double attitude. I wish you would not take your shoes off when I tell you take your shoes. Coming up, give me them shoes. Finna take them off for you, boy. What?
Yeah, so please, y'all, I was looking at it, ways to make it easy. Really, it's just get there early so they could do their job and get out there fast, all right? Because they're not getting paid. We cannot tip them. They're legally not allowed to
I did not know
tips.
that.
We can't tip them because imagine if you're like tipping them, maybe they can,
look the other way.
Right, if I'm an officer, I'll just look another way.
There's not a knife in my bag.
Well,
exactly.
You can, there's ways to do it. Just put it on the little.
Hold on.
What?
Ways to do what?
Tip the.
Oh, I thought you was.
Oh no, bro! Oh, you not finna get me.
How to do crime on the news.
You ain't finna get me on no fly list, bro. I got places to be. Nah, you put because I've done it before. I've done it before, kind of, to where TSA agent was like really, really overly nice to me, like very nice, and I had put just like $10 on like the little bucket thing, put myself over and grabbed my book bag and all my stuff and just left the $10 in the bucket, and he picked up the bucket and like I just kept walking.
What was his name? Let's report him.
No, I'm not telling him.
No,
Snitch. You would tell him. You would tell on him too, man. He's picking up money. He's picking up money.
But yeah, we can't tip them. And like I said, last one lasted 43 days. Please, y'all, figure it out, lawmakers, because these people in Atlanta,
Right.
short tempers.
Right.
For
Short
sure.
tempers.
For sure.
Because then they got to go back in traffic after being at the airport.
Right.
You got the worst of both worlds, to be honest.
Ooh, man. But
man.
they're supposed to be getting back pay.
Oh, yes.
Legally, they're supposed to be getting back pay
Yeah.
from this.
I mean, that's cool.
It's just as long as it takes them to figure this out. Remember, this has nothing to do with them. This has everything to do with ICE. The government is trying to figure out, do we put guardrails on ICE? Do we need to? How many guardrails? What should we do? Do we take their masks off? Do we make them wear badges? Do we make them, wear body cameras? What are we going to do? They can't decide. So now they're just like, okay, well, we ain't paying on until we figure it out.
Here's the thing. How you call somebody into work like this, though? I don't think. Like, how you call somebody, hey, bro, you got a shift at Monday at 2. Am I getting paid? No, but you still got to come to work, though. Who got to come to work? Who? Who coming to work? Not me.
Listen, a lot of these people will use their PTO. Well, shoot, like,
flat out.
I'm
yeah,
sick.
I'm out the door. Boy, what?
Yeah.
Hey, Keisha, can you work for me on Wednesday? Baby, is the government still shut down? Yeah. I can't work for you then.
I hope they do that thing they did again last year where it was like they was supplying them with lunch and stuff like that.
Oh, I didn't know that happened,
Yeah,
actually.
they was giving them breaks. When they was going on breaks, they was giving them lunch on their breaks, free lunch.
Oh, nice.
That's nice.
Yeah, so hopefully it doesn't go there, but if it does, we should be doing
I was only laughing because I thought you were saying, like, yeah, we can't give them money, but we can give them some food.
Well, that's what they doing, though.
And people were just like
Oh, yeah,
dropping
yeah,
off
yeah,
snacks.
yeah.
Like, yeah, we know you ain't getting paid
Yeah,
right
for like-
now.
yeah,
Everybody
yeah,
just
yeah.
like trying to feed them like they're just a motherless child. Okay. Speaking of workers here in Georgia, there's an officer in Georgia who is now thankfully off the job after allegedly arresting people for DUI who were not impaired. Crazy.
Wild, bro.
That's the worst
Come on,
kind of
bro.
person. You could ruin someone's whole life.
You give me a DUI and I really am not.
Bro.
That's wild. So this story is about more than one traffic stop, okay? A Polk County truck driver gets pulled over, does his field sobriety test, right? Ask for a breathalyzer. He asked for this. And now, mind y'all, just clarification out there in the world, you do not have to take a test. You don't have to take a breathalyzer. You don't have to take it. But he was so confident in him being sober, he said, give me the breathalyzer. And gets arrested for a DUI anyway. That's
crazy.
Wow. So a month later, his blood test comes back below the legal limit. All right, this is not a mistake. You messing up somebody's livelihood at this point. You know what I mean? So as a truck driver, one DUI can end your career. So let me just paint this picture for you. If you get a DUI as a truck driver, you can no longer drive as a truck driver ever. So he spent over $5,000 fighting a charge that investigators now say never should have happened. Okay? And here's where it gets bigger. Once this case opens, everything, it starts to unravel. Police started looking at other DUI arrests made by the same officer. Guess what? Turns out several of them are also involved drivers that were not impaired. What, bruh?
Yeah.
So the officer resigned instead of being terminated. They then got hired by another department a week later. The state post council put him on probation, but did not revoke his certification. So he can still work as a police officer. What in the world is going on? You just locking people up just to lock people up at that point, bruh.
That's what I hear all the time, like how officers have to make quotas. Is that a real thing?
Oh, no, that is a real thing. I think that is a real thing. You got to make a quota. I think so.
The fact that this guy resigned, so he, wasn't let go, whatever, and just got picked up by another police department. How are you possible? You're literally saying, I am lying on the community and saying they are drunk when they're not and ruining their lives. And I had to leave my position because of it. So you want to pick me up the next week? Apparently, when that man you're talking about requested the breathalyzer test, that officer told him Rockmart didn't use breathalyzer tests. Then the police chief comes around later and says, no. Breathalyzers are available on every shift.
Everybody.
So this man literally was just lying to people and then arresting them, sending them to jail. You know how mad I would be?
Dog, a DUI as a truck driver, bruh, like, first of all, truck drivers get paid, a good amount of money. Like, if you're a good truck driver and you've been driving for a long time, you're getting paid a good amount of money. So for you to take that away from me, and no telling how long he had to, like, not be able to drive, bruh, You taking food out of my family's mouth or whatever the case may be. So it's like, dog, for you to arrest for no DUIs is crazy. I know I got multiple friends that have had DUIs, and I know the process of getting a DUI is horrible.
It sucks.
And it goes, I mean, dude, it travels with you forever.
Yep.
Forever. So, for you to give somebody a DUI that wasn't impaired, messed up.
That's like robbing them
That's
almost. Because it
literally
takes a lot of money.
A ton.
To just work through that process. I mean, just time and all that stuff. You got to check in with it's insane. I've heard somebody else, I have a friend who went through that, and it was a nightmare. But that is unbelievable. And so I would say, thankfully, they're off the job, but they just went and got another one.
Yeah, what does that say about the police force that hired him, though, bruh? You know what I mean? Are y'all also doing, did you see him do this corrupt stuff and was like, you know what? We need you. We need that corruptness over
That's
here.
what we need.
That's what we need. We need another
That's what we've
corrupt.
been missing.
Hey, you like to just lock people up for fun? Come on over here and get a job.
Imagine
Wild.
you didn't have the money to fight it.
She had to sit and take the charge.
Crazy. Okay. Also, what some would consider crazy. Jamal Lewis just got a presidential pardon. And yes, we are talking about former NFL running back and Atlanta native Jamal Lewis. What is this?
Now, you don't know, you've never heard of Jamal Lewis?
I don't really keep up with sports on a level where I would know names like that.
Jamal Lewis, he got... okay, I'll just read it to you. Anyway.
Are we happy for him or are we sad for him?
We're very happy.
Let's go.
Oh, okay. Well,
let's go.
Okay. So Jamal Lewis from the West Side, Atlanta's own Frederick Douglass High School. He went from there to Tennessee to play NFL, Super Bowl champion. You know, Offensive Player of the Year. And then Jamal Lewis was A1.
Okay.
But he wasn't always. I mean, he's from the West Side, so he real Atlanta. Jamal Lewis is like real Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
A few years ago, being drafted, he got caught up in a drug deal involving a cell phone. It could have cost him a decade behind bars. Instead, he served 4 months in prison and 2 in a halfway house. The moment became a permanent part of his record. All right.
Wow.
Now he's been granted presidential pardon as a part of a group that included 4 other former football players. Pardon doesn't erase what happened. Okay, so it's not getting rid of it. It doesn't really rewrite what happened, but it does close a chapter, legally to where he can, move throughout his life now without a federal conviction hanging over his head. So Lewis paid his debt. He went to build a life after football, and now officially the legal system is saying the chapter is done. So shout out to Jamal Lewis, man.
That's amazing. It's amazing because I just love to hear when people get grace. You know what I mean?
True.
If we're going to be pardoning all these multi-billionaires for defrauding people, that's probably like literally implicated their lives a lot more than this gentleman. You know what I mean? Like if you're robbing like a healthcare industry or any kind of government program or any of the stuff that people go down for, I'm glad he got the same grace.
Well, here's the thing, and it wasn't anything like super huge, so I'll just read what happened. So in 2010, Lewis was sentenced to federal court for his role in drug trafficking case, okay? So he was using a cell phone to facilitate a drug transaction, all right? So prosecutors said Lewis helped set up a deal involving 5 kilos of cocaine. A lot of cocaine.
Yeah.
Not gonna hold you. Bunch of cocaine.
Right.
But the beauty of it is he was not charged as a major distributor, okay, but admitted to his involvement in facilitating the deal. That's what probably got his charges dropped way down. Him not being like, hey, I'm the major distributor.
Yeah.
Hey, I just kind of helped the deal situate. You know what I mean? So, yeah, he only got fined $2,000 for that. But the thing that really irks me about NFL, NBA, all these national professional leagues is they don't take care of their players after they leave the league at all, bro. I mean, I don't think it's too many things that are set up for these players to succeed outside of leaving the league because Sebastian Telfair. I mean, I don't know if you know who Sebastian Telfair is. Sebastian Telfair used to play basketball. He went to prison for like health fraud or something like that. It was something crazy where he owed millions of dollars. But he went to prison, but there was nothing set up for him to make money outside of the NBA, And granted, that goes to people not having good financial advisors and stuff like that. But dog, at the end of the day, if I'm playing for you and I'm busting my butt and I'm hitting people over the head time and time again, there should be no reason I should be facilitating 5 kilos of cocaine. No reason. Why am I even around cocaine? if I'm in the NFL and all that. There's no reason.
Yeah.
At all. That's all I'm saying.
And honestly, it's right after he got drafted.
Right after he got
So
drafted.
he had his whole life. I mean, I could see his life just got robbed by his own actions. But, being young and dumb and doing something, you like, man, I deserve to lose my whole life for this? That's so I'm glad. I'm good for him.
Did it say what? Do you know how much he was getting in his contract at the time?
No, I don't know how much he was getting. I can see real quick. Hold on.
Well, I was just looking at it. A rookie salary on average, at least from the past year or so, was around $840,000.
Oh,
they don't get paid that much.
But that depends
That's a rookie
on
contract.
So
where they're drafted, though, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
So he earned inside of his so he played from 2000 to 2010. So in all of his years of playing, approximately $46.7 million in salary from playing for the Ravens and later the Cleveland Browns.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. 46 mil.
46 million.
You pushing kilos?
That's what I'm saying.
Wait,
I don't think that's the NFL's fault.
Well,
Hold
whose
on,
fault
wait.
is it?
Wait, I thought it was when he got drafted to go to the NFL. He
No.
made money in the NFL?
Yeah, that's what I said.
He played in the NFL.
Yeah.
Right, I thought it was as he was getting drafted and then just ruined his life.
Yeah. So in 2000, so this is yes. Before he got this is during his NFL career, after his NFL career.
Oh, that is so you were
That's his fault, bro.
Yeah, because he wouldn't have been
46 sons.
He wouldn't have been able to because he wouldn't have been able to play in the NFL if he had that stuff.
But you would have been able to have contact with the people who were trying to do that kind of stuff in that position for
all
sure.
This stuff is after he
Dang.
got out the NFL.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But you know what? The Georgia House just passed a bill allowing high school athletes to profit from NIL deals.
Yeah. So if you don't know what NIL deals are, they're name, image, and likeness. They're deals that are given to players for their name, image, and likeness. This bill would allow Georgia high school student athletes to earn money from their name, image, and likeness. I don't know how I feel about this, but under the specific proposal, NIL contracts would automatically end when a student graduates or leaves high school, and any future agreement would need to be renegotiated. So this comes about after, I want to say 2022, when college students was able to actually start making money. Now they're saying that high schoolers can start making money when they play for the high school. I'm okay with that in a sense, but it's like, I don't know how I feel about giving minors money and giving minors contracts. Hence why I like the little caveat that they added in there when they said that a student that graduates or leaves high school, they have to renegotiate their contract. I like that. But a kid making millions, I'm not saying there are kids that's making millions, but if they do get their name, image, and likeness up to that point in high school, that is kind of, I don't know, crazy.
They already do it now. OTE.
I see that.
OTE already does it. That's literally, they've been doing that for years. With
And
these
OTE is?
Overtime entertainment. So Overtime Entertainment is a sports type of business, but they have OTE basketball, which is nothing but high school kids, and it's a high school league for like the top players in high school. And these kids make over $100,000 a year at the lowest. That's the low end. Some of these kids are making $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 to $1 million a year. You know what I mean? So, but they're treated like they go to school, they graduate, they go to college. Some of them went to college, some of them playing the NBA right now. So yeah, this is nothing new with this. I think with NIL, when it comes to regular high school, I think that probably needs to be definitely they need to figure out how they're going to do that. But OTE does this already. You know what I mean?
I'm on the fence about it as well. On one hand, that's great. If you could use your talent to get your family some money, because a lot of these kids who will bust their butts and make it to college, in some cases, they're from very poor neighborhoods and earned it. And it's great that they could have it monetized at the same time, and they can't have a regular job. If you're working that hard for football, you can't go work at the movies or have a standard first job. At the same time, that's a very young age to put that much pressure on a kid. And thank God they do let you renegotiate, when you graduate, because that's like basically slavery, in other words. You can't, where you going? You still owe me 3 more years on this contract. What if you don't like football anymore or basketball or whatever anymore? That's crazy.
Well, here's the thing with that. I mean, either this is what you want to do for the rest of your life or it's not. But I think I go with the Deion Sanders mentality. I'm getting these kids ready for the league.
For sure, but at 15, is this what you want to do for the rest of your life? What if you change your mind? What if you get hurt?
Some of these kids don't. Some of these kids, this is all they have. Well, not this is all they have. This their only mindset is to go to the league.
But that's how they get out and have nothing to look forward to because you didn't do anything else. Surely you must know you're not going to be in the league when you're 80.
No, 100%.
50, 40, unless you're Tom Brady.
If you can get a bag now at 15, 16, 17, and you're able to help out with your family, would you not get a bag? Would you not get 30, 40, 50, 80,000, 90,000, 100,000, however many thousands of dollars to help your family out?
I don't
would.
think that me as a parent should be benefiting from my child at 15 years old. You're basically forcing your child to work at that point at a young age. They're like minors. And then you're not, a lot of parents probably are putting their money into like some savings accounts and not touching it. But let's be real. There's some parents that's probably benefiting off of that, taking that money and using it for themselves.
100%.
I don't agree with that.
Imagine too, like if that parent then put so much pressure on their kid, you need to go to practice because you got to make sure we get this money. And now, the kid's the man of the house, the woman of the house, whatever the sport it is. And that's a lot of pressure to put on a kid who just got here X years ago. You were just born.
And to your point, parents have actually been doing that. Like the camps and everything like that, they're expensive now.
Oh, very.
Oh, yeah.
Basketball, football, they start these kids at young ages. I mean, like 5 years old, putting them in pads and stuff like that, getting them ready to go hit at 5 years old.
Well, if you can start making money by high school, then you got to start getting hit by,
Come on now.
four.
Come on now.
But it's like you're putting a lot of pressure on these kids in general from the get-go, like from the jump, just so you can make money off of them. Yeah, that's sick.
A little predatory.
That is as a parent, that is pretty predatory.
I don't know, man.
Because for money, you're doing this for money. You know what I mean? Like at 5, you don't really love the sport yet. Somebody just told you, I think we could probably make some money in 10 years if you can put them pads on and go run into Johnny now because we got money to make and it's on you to do it. I don't know.
That's how they treat child actors. They treat child actors the same way.
I'm not cool with that either.
Some of these child actors have stories to tell.
100%.
And they always look like they've been run through it.
100%.
You know what I mean?
100%. 100%. I hear your point.
We got the Harvey Weinsteins of the world.
True.
Through.
Did you see the Drake Bell documentary?
Oh, yeah, 100%. That was sad.
I mean, broke my heart.
Yeah, that was sad.
At what some of these kids went through.
Yeah, that's sad.
Saying, like, parents getting involved at a young age, making their kids work at a young age, that's predatory. That is what it is. There's no way around that. You're forcing your child from birth. You're putting a football in your kid's hand at the age of 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wild to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, this bill isn't passed all the way. It's not a law yet. It still has to go through the Senate.
They should at least put something in there that says, hey, y'all got to put like a money management or accountant team on it to make sure that the money is like going and moving the way it needs to and sets them up just in case.
Kugler account. Put it in the Kugler account. Yeah.
But that's going to do it for us. Thank you so much for hanging out. We will see you tomorrow.
Peace.
A major move today. Hot 97 is expanding.
Hot 97 has launched a full streaming television channel.
Hot 97 is no longer just a radio station, it's now a streaming network.
Welcome to Hot 97 News. Let's dive into the news because the news has been newsing.
Hot 97 mornings with Mero. We got Shiny Culture in the building. Leah Bell in the building.
Good morning.
And DJ Cass One.
You know what it is. You know how I get down with the Funk Flex energy, baby.
Let's get it, Flex.
Nobody don't want no smoke.
Wow, it got spicy real fast. Here for it all.
We're here for it all.
Let's go. Mariah Carey takeover.
The people made it happen.
Yeah.
I'm coming around to all the classrooms and we turning up.
Good morning, students. My name is Wale. Aren't you supposed to be in class?
Wale, where are you supposed to be?
Oh, man, you're supposed to be in class, man.
Rihanna has become a true worldwide icon.
Congratulations on the job. We listen to Hot 97 every day. We can't wait to hear you guys even more.
Hey, let's go!
Get ready. The legend is on your screen. Funk Flex, the man who defines hip-hop, is bringing the heat from the radio booth to your TV.
Where my camera at? That's my camera? All right.
The biggest beats, the hottest freestyles, and that classic Flex energy.
Bars are back.
Now in your living room. Don't just hear it, watch the movement. Funk Flex, now on Hot 97 TV, Mondays and Fridays at 7:30 p.m.
Welcome to Hot 97 News Atlanta. Chris here with Rondell with 2 N's.
What it do? Give it up to you.
And Million.
Hey, the fact that this is a reality.
Brand new live news show. I'm your host, Lana Harris. There is so much going on in this country and in this world.
Civil unrest. Nobody's going to trust that. Any of
This sounds, like I said, it sounds good.
Yeah.
It does sound beneficial.